I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with an order that I placed off of Beautylish. I ran out of the Good Molecules Super Peptide Serum. Originally, I think back in March, I stocked up on 2 or 3 of these, and I ran out of them like a couple days ago. So I was like, shoot, I thought I had a backup, but I didn't. It comes with 1 fluid ounce of product in a dropper bottle, and it says formulated with tripeptides to target fine lines, wrinkles, and dullness. On the packaging, this is a product that I've used since they launched it, and there was a spell where I used up a bottle of it and I hadn't repurchased it right away, and I was missing it. Like, I just feel like it makes my skin feel really nice. It gives a nice amount of hydration, kind of calms it down and stuff. So now I've made it permanent in my nightly skincare routine. I use it after my treatment products and before my moisturizers, and I just love this stuff. I think it's a really good, affordable product. And again, this is Beautylish's skin brand, and I like quite a few products from the Good Molecules line, but I purchased that guy. And then I kept looking at this Smith 104 brush, so I finally decided to get it. And there are a few Smith brushes that I do quite like, and I like them for a specific reason. I don't feel like the bristle quality on the Smith brushes is really comparable to something like Wayne Goss, Sonia G, Hakuhodo. It's just not the same luxurious quality as those, but because of that, the bristles are a little bit more stiff. The shape almost looks like it's slightly factory cut. Like when I splay it out, I feel like I can see a mixture of cut and uncut bristles. I'm not 100% sure how they do it, but it's a little bit more stiff, a little bit more of a scratchy brush. And so it's not the softest on the skin if you, again, compare it to some brushes like Wayne Goss or Sonia G, but it picks up products that are stiffer in the pan. So something like a stiffer baked jelly type product. For example, this Nabla Skin Glazing Glass Skin Finish Glow Powder. What a name. Which is a really beautiful baked jelly highlighter. Sometimes these can be harder to pick up, and a brush like this does a really good job of picking up a stiffer product like this. So again, that's the Smith 104 brush right there, which is a newer shape, I believe, that they launched. I do really like the handles on the Smith brushes as well. They're very fine and they feel nice in the hand. And then I placed an order on the Sephora website. I really wanted to try the new Glow Recipe Papaya Sorbet Enzyme Cleansing Balm. Makeup melting and smoothing is what it says on there. PEG free papaya enzymes, papaya seed oil, blueberry is what it says on the box. It's this guy. It's the latest launch from Glow Recipe, and there are 2 staple products that I use almost every single day, which is their Watermelon Glow Mist and also their newest toner that they came out with. It's the watermelon something. I love that stuff. I use it every single morning. So I like to try a lot of the new products from Glow Recipe, and this does break down makeup really well. It's a thicker type of consistency, and how I like to use these is grab some out of the pot and massage them onto dry skin to really break down the makeup, and then I rinse that off, and I always follow up a cleansing balm type product, usually, unless it's like the Pharmacy Green Clean, because that cleans and removes so well. Like, your skin feels so clean. I can just use that by itself, like as a double cleanse. But otherwise, with a product like this, I go in with a second cleanse. I did find that this was a little bit more difficult to rinse off the skin. When I finally got it off, though, I didn't feel like there was any residue and stuff like that. And I did find that it didn't quite break down my eye makeup like some others, but it felt really nice on the skin. It just didn't rinse off quite as easily, and again, it didn't break down my eye makeup as much. It does smell super lovely, as most of Glow Recipe's products do. It's got a lid on there, and then there is a little scooper that comes in the box that you can dig the product out with, but it smells really nice and clean. And like, again, when I massaged it on my face, it really did feel nice. But once I went in with the Josie Maran after I used this, that removed everything off my face. So it did break down the makeup. It didn't fully remove my eye makeup, but that's my first initial impressions. We'll be still using it as the month goes on here, but that's the Glow Recipe Papaya Sorbet Enzyme Cleansing Balm, Makeup Melting and Smoothing. Right there. And then also from Sephora, I bought 2 more eyeshadow palettes from Violet Voss. I really like the Flamingo palette, and I mentioned this before. These palettes, the formula is quite generic, but I like the color combinations, and I do feel like they're easy to work with, and I don't ever really feel like my looks end up being like too much, even though there's some really bright colors in there, so I like them for that. But I do still feel like these are really overpriced palettes, because they're I think the flamingo was maybe $45, and the other two that I got were $42 a piece, and they're made in the PRC. But I had my eye on these two palettes because I really like the color combinations, and lately, man, there just has not been a ton of stuff that I was just wanting. I've been looking at these, so I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get those. But other than that, there haven't been a ton of launches or things that have launched that just they just haven't spoke to me, and I don't know what's going on. So I'm kind of in I feel like a little purchasing rut, if that is even a thing. So I went ahead and I did pick up these two Violet Voss palettes. So this first one's been out for a little bit longer, and it's the Sugar Crystals palette. It's the 18 color eyeshadow and pressed pigment palette. There's a total of 1.14 ounces of product in this guy. This is the box packaging, and the names are on the back. I do like the packaging. It's a magnetic closure. They have the names listed on the back of the palette, and they also have the names listed on the inside, as well as a mirror in there. So this palette, I really liked all the light shimmers right here. A lot of palettes that have been coming out more recently have just not had like a light shimmer in there, so I felt like I could pair this palette with a lot of other palettes that I have, especially with the bright colors in there. So this entire top row is matte, and then the bottom two rows are all shimmer shades, and the shimmers are pretty, but they're again a standard type of shimmer. They don't have like anything extra special about them, like a little glisten or anything to them. They're just like a standard shimmer product, and the mattes are pretty pigmented and they blend out really decent. So let's swatch these for you guys. So these are all the mattes, which is the top row. And you can see they're pretty smooth, pretty pigmented, and for a purple too, it's got nice pigmentation, and it's not as gritty as some purples can be, which I thought was quite nice, but it is like a pinky purple. And then these are into the shimmers right here. And then these guys. I do really like some of the color combinations in palettes that Violet Voss does. And then these last four right here. They're like light pastel shimmer shades, which are really pretty. Can see there. The shimmer formula is thicker. It's got like a thicker texture to it, so it's quite opaque. Not a whole lot of translucency to it, but you can see just how nice those shadows are looking in the swatches there. So I'm glad that I got it. But that is the Violet Voss Sugar Crystals palette right there. And the other one that I got is their latest launch, and it's the Sakura Blossom 18 color eyeshadow and pressed pigment palette. And I really like the packaging, and I like the shades in there. And when I got this, I was really surprised to see that some of those shimmer shades are newer kind of shimmer shades compared to the other two palettes that I have from them. These have got a little bit more of a special type of a sparkle to them, which is really pretty. This lightest matte shade is just a little bit too deep for like under my brow bone, but there is a light enough shimmer in here, so it's almost a well-rounded palette for how I like to use eyeshadow. You've got some deeper shades in there, some kind of transitions, and a few lighter shades. And some of these shimmers are just so pretty. They've got a really beautiful sparkle to them. It's not the same type of a formula that are in the other palettes that I showed. You can kind of see right there, they almost have like a little bit of a wet factor to them. So I'm really happy that I got this, because I thought they were going to be kind of like the shimmers from the other palettes, and I like those shimmers, but I like these ones better because they're like that wet shine, which is just stunning. And these guys. These ones. So I think in this palette you can do a light pink look, a medium pink look, or a little bit deeper pink look. It's definitely a pink palette. And then this bottom row here. And the last two are actually browns, warm brown shades, which is nice that they threw those in there. But nice though. I think they're quite nice. I think that this is, again, like that shiny formula is a newer formula for Violet Voss, and it's really pretty. So that is the new Sakura eyeshadow palette from Violet Voss. Right there. And here's the packaging. And then I placed an order on the Juno Co website. I was able to use somebody's affiliate code and get, like, I think it was 15% off or something like that. But I got my hands on the restock of the Juno Co and SpongeBob collaboration sponge set, which this is the outside packaging. And I've tried Juno Co sponges before. They're the kind with like the felt kind of outside fuzzy to them, and I really do like their sponges. They don't absorb nearly as much product as other makeup sponges do, and they leave a really flawless finish on the skin as well. The thing with them is I feel like the bigger ones are too big and the little ones are too small for me to be able to use just one sponge on my face. Like, these little guys are little. They do get a little bigger with water, but the big guys get way bigger with water, so the little ones are too little and the big ones are too big. But I have been able to make this angled one work pretty good. So this is a little bit larger yet. It's shrunk a little bit since I've used it this morning, but typically I use a Wet n Wild one, which is this size. It's their little Carrots duo, and I love this fine tip right here for blending out concealer on the inner portion of my eye right here. And I can make this work. I just have to kind of pinch it down a little bit like that. But I wish so bad there was a medium-sized sponge from Juno Co with this soft type of texture to it, because I really do like their sponges. But anyway, what comes in the set is this guy here, the yellow one. And I don't know if you can see, but SpongeBob is in the sponge on the yellow sponge. It doesn't leave a SpongeBob imprint on my face, which I kind of thought maybe it would, but and then it comes with the pink sponge right here with is that Patrick on there, I think, and then the two baby mini sponges, which these are really great for concealer, but I just, for ease of use, don't like to use two sponges. These are the sizes right here of those guys, and then it does come with a pretty decent sized little soap in there to wash the sponges. And then the other new cheek defining kit also came back into stock on Juno Co, and it's the Le Papillon. Probably butchered that, but it's this butterfly one right here. This is the box packaging on it, and the actual packaging is my favorite out of the three that I have. I just think it's so pretty right here. And this is the palette that I have on my face today. I used this shade right here, which almost has a bit more of a contour than a bronze. I didn't use any bronzer, I just used this, and it's very easy to work with. I really like their bronzing contour products that they put in these palettes. And then you've got kind of two highlighter shades. This pinky one has got a shift of gold that's just stunning, and then there's a kind of a lilac pink with a slight shimmer in it down here. There was a butterfly overspray on there, but I've wiped it off, and I've got that on as a blush today as well. I did go over these highlighters with the Give Me Glow White Noise highlighter because I felt like they didn't stick to my cheeks as well as that one does, because these are a little bit more dry. If I would have maybe used a dampened brush or put them on a little bit tackier type of a skin, I think they would show up a lot better, but they're a little bit more dry, especially this champagne colored one compared to the white one in the cherry bomb palette, I think it's called. I think that they're really pretty, but they're a little bit more stiff of a product. And I used a setting powder today, the Hourglass one. I hadn't used that in a while, and that has a really dry set to it, so that didn't help when I was trying to get the highlighter to stick to my cheek. But they are really pretty products. They're thin. There's not a ton of filler in there, so they're almost like a topper type of a sparkle to them. They're really pretty. This is like a pink golden it's just stunning. I think it would be a beautiful eyeshadow as well. And then here's that bronzy contour, more than bronze shade, and the blush. And this is the palette that I have on my face today for color. With the exception of, I did go over those highlighters with that Give Me Glow white noise. But still really pretty though. I just like to look at that shiny one. And the packaging is so pretty. So that's the Juno Co Cheek Defining Kit in Le Papillon. I'll hold all three of them up here. This one right here is the Cherry Bomb palette, which I've used a ton. I really like that palette as well. And then the bottom one is the Margarita with the blue in there, and then that top one is the Le Papillon. So you can see all the shades from these three that I have. I believe there's a darker one from their original launch as well. And that's everything that I got in that I purchased this week. I did purchase some other stuff, but I feel like the delivery times on packages has really slowed up recently, so I haven't gotten them yet. But I did get in 2 PR packages this week. One super exciting one. I was going to purchase this like right when the launch, and then I had an email that they were sending it to me, so I didn't purchase it. But this is something I would have definitely purchased anyway, and that's from Colored Raine. And Colored Raine makes some of my absolute favorite eyeshadows. I have an entire large palette with just their eyeshadows in them. Their mattes and their shimmers are just outstanding. They're, like I said, some of my favorite eyeshadows, both shimmer and mattes, are just beautiful. So their recent launch is called the Juicy Boost collection, and it came with this pamphlet in here which has some recipes for different cold pressed juices that you can make with a cup that was sent as well. I think can you see it? It's back there on the desk. But I thought that was really neat. There was some recipes in there for cold pressed juice, and it also has benefits of ingredients on the side as well. And it does say that the shadows here are vegan, cruelty free, made in the USA. Both palettes have magnetic bases, so you can pull all the eyeshadows out, which is awesome. I actually had to depot their smaller 6 pans that they came out with to get them in my magnetic palette, so I love that these are magnetized in there and I can just pull them out. There's 23 grams total, 3 high intensity reflect dazzlers, and 15 ultra butter mattes. So the items in the collection are a flat lay Juicy Boost palette, which retails for $52, the Juicy Boost book palette, which also retails for $52, the Boost tumbler, which is $7, and then the Juicy Boost umbrella, which is $22. So I thought this was a neat concept that they came out with 2 different layouts of the palette. So this one right here is larger. It's a flat lay is what they're calling it, and this other one is a book style. So this one's going to be easier to travel with in like a train case instead of this larger one. But these are also magnetic, so you can pull out certain shades, put them in an even smaller magnetic palette if you want. I'll go ahead and show you the book style one. I have not used this one yet, but the shades that are in here are the same ones that are in the flat lay, which I will swatch the flat lay. So there's a mirror and your 9 shades. And then you've got your other side with 9 shades as well. And then there's this little open back part right there. So it's kind of like a book style. Again, this would be easier to travel with than the larger one. And then here's the larger palette right here. It's got a good size mirror in there and it flips all the way backwards. And I really got excited about these 3 shiny shades on the side because I feel like there's that extra wow sparkle with these shades. All of their metallic shades that they have are a very wow factor shadow, but there's an extra bit of sparkle in these ones, so I kind of feel like it's a bit of a newer formula for Colored Raine as well. So these 3 are the shimmer shades, and then all 15 of these are mattes right here. And this is actually the palette that I have on my eyes today. Is this guy right here. And the mattes, again, Colored Raine's mattes, they blend out really well. They're very pigmented. They just make really nice eyeshadows, which I could go on and on about. So let me go ahead and swatch these. I'll swatch these shimmery ones first. So like, it was crazy because some of those Violet Voss shimmers are really pretty too, but then I kind of sometimes compare to like these which are super like intense and rich and they look almost wet, you know, on the skin. This is a stunning formula right here from Colored Raine. Aren't those beautiful? I just think they're lovely. And they're kind of laid out in rows with color stories a bit to them. So kind of oranges down here, pinks and reds, and then blues and greens up top. So let's get into these mattes here. And then this darker shade right here I have in the crease, and I blend it out with these two and a bit of this yellow and this underneath the brow. That's what I have on today. This watermelon shade is just stunning too. I should get a little more of this watermelon here. There we go. And then these last three shades right here. So kind of some mustardy yellows in there and browns, watermelon-y type shades and greens and blues, and then boom. I love those. I love those. They're so, so pretty. So pretty. So that is the new Juicy Boost eyeshadow palette. This is the flat lay one from Colored Raine. It is so pretty. There's names on the inside, and there's also names on the back right there. And a huge thank you to Colored Raine for sending this over. I really love their stuff. And the other PR package that I got is from Josie Maran, and they sent over another one of their Skin Dope Ultra Nourishing Daily Body Washes, which is a newer product from Josie Maran, and I just started using the other one that I have, and I really like this body wash. The face wash, the pineapple face wash, I just purchased another bottle of those. It's my go-to second step cleanser at night. I absolutely love that cleanser, and this is a really nice product as well. It comes with a pump as well. And then there was the California Citrus Skin Dope Intensive Hydrating Body Cream, Whipped Argan Oil, and Hemp Seed Protein. This guy right here. I've got a couple like lotiony products open, so I'm not going to open this guy right here just yet, but California Citrus sounds like something that I really like because I love a citrus smell. Lemon, oranges, I really like those type of smells. There was a little 4-ounce soy candle in Sun-Kissed Citrus, the Noble brand Candle Co. and Josie Maran. Super cute. And this smells really nice. Very fresh, something that I will probably start burning in the kitchen. And then lastly in that package was the Skin Dope Inner Strength Protein Boost Cream, Argan Oil, and Hemp Seed Oil, Super Amino Acid. And this is a moisturizer. My package kind of looked like somebody was playing football with it when I got it. So when I opened it up, the lid on this was shattered and a bit of the product had leaked out onto some of the other products, but I was able to salvage it. And this is a thinner moisturizer compared to the one that has the I think it's 100 milligrams of CBD. I have that one as well. That's a thicker moisturizer than this one, and since I have a drier skin type, I like a really thick moisturizer. So how I end up using these is almost like a serum. This is thicker than a serum. It's thicker than the Pharmacy Green moisturizer that just came out. I use that kind of like a serum as well, but instead of using like a different serum last night, I used this instead, and I felt like it really did a nice job of moisturizing my skin. So I use this underneath the True Cream moisturizing balm, which I love. That's always my last step in my nightly skincare routine. So I'm going to keep playing around with this guy. I'm definitely going to try to use it up at a little bit faster pace because my lid is really shot, but it's a green thinner type of a moisturizer, but it's still very rich. It's just not as thick as the one with the CBD in it, and it's not as thin as that Pharmacy one. I really like the Pharmacy one as well to use kind of like a serum, but that is the Skin Dope Inner Strength Protein Boost Cream, Argan Oil, and Hemp Seed Oil. Super Amino Acid, the names. Whew. And a huge thank you to Josie Maran for sending over those products. I've been using her products for years, especially that SPF 47 moisturizer. I use that every single day for a very long time. I just ran out of a bottle. So that's everything for my haul today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later.